Hi guys, it's me, Sue, van life Sue, currently in a hotel in Estonia for a few days. Got the opportunity to go, so yes, that's me, empty my bags out on, bag out on that bed there. Lovely hotel. I'm here just for a few days. The opportunity arose at the last minute to get out here with a friend who's they was coming out with someone else, but that person let them down. So there's always a telly. There's also a picture of some woman who's got no clothes on. A bit puzzling, but yeah. So there's a bit of a mess, and we only got here this morning, and we've been and I had to. I realised that the hotel doesn't have a kettle in the room like we do in England, and also I couldn't find a travel kettle. I've got two, but they're somewhere in my storage space. I couldn't find them because I've been moving and everything's chaos. So I bought a kettle this afternoon managed to find a Euronics. It's really difficult because I don't speak Estonian, so I've been doing everything by the phone. We've been problem solving ever since we got here. Me and my mate, we're one problem after another, like finding the hotel, then finding a shop we could buy some basic food, finding a place for me to buy a travel kettle. You can get really cheap transport here in Tallinn we're in, and it's near the sea, and hopefully I'll see the sea later. But you can get, for €9, you can get 5 days basically travel round on the buses and trams around the city for what did I just say, €9. But we had such a job setting it all up. We had to find these green cards to load it onto, and the green cards are only available in certain places. Anyway, we sold it in the end. We found one of the places called Rimi, but while we were doing that we had a good wander around various shops and stuff, but it's a big place and there was loads to see, so that's good. Anyway, because we had middle of the night, we had a very early morning flight, so we spent the night at Liverpool airport, just waiting to board this morning. I think 5 o'clock we started going through checkout, so trying to sleep in an airport, anybody's ever done it, flipping hard going, yeah. So now I'm going to try and turn this around so you're looking at me. So look, doesn't always work. Nope, I could try that. Can you see me? Can I see you? Oh yeah, okay. Right, so I sit down, see, that's a bit weird, isn't it? You're looking at me and I'm looking at you, and anyway, we'll find out afterwards. I haven't learned how to edit videos yet, and to be fair, it's probably a pointless waste of time because I'm just not going to have time ever to edit videos. Just haven't got time for everything as it is. Anyway, I moved house on Monday. Moved out of the van into the bungalow. That's not my intention to stay in the bungalow always, as in be there all the time. But I didn't have much time to do the actual moving. I got the keys lunchtime Monday, moved what I could over the next couple of days, and then Tuesday evening yesterday we had to set out. So I've got what I could done. There's still lots and lots to do. But actually, I've been quite stressed out about the whole move situation. So, in some way, I've just had a shower, by the way, because it was so hot here. We came from an incredibly hot UK. I mean, everyone knows how hot it's been. And then it was just cooling down. In fact, last night, didn't wear a load of clothes coming out because I'm replacing a guy, and for some reason, these two guys that have come, one of the guys, both of them didn't have, they did a man thing and only allowed for a small bag of luggage, so I had to be really minimal, so I didn't bring a lot of clothes, so I didn't have much and it was cold when we got to Liverpool airport, which was quite a nice feeling after being too hot. But anyway, yeah, and then we had all that rain, which was beautiful. When did it rain? I think it rained Monday evening, Tuesday morning. That was wonderful after all this, But anyway, we've come here and it's really hot again and clammy. So I had had a bit of a shower and a sleep with Sabo, and now we're going to go and find out what Estonians eat, preferably cheap Estonian food, because I spent €15 just on that kettle, but I can't abide it. I mean, I should, you know, I know when you go abroad, they never ever put kettle in your room like they do in, you know, UK. You get a kettle and you get little sachets of coffee and little milk things. Never get that here, so I was really glad to find a kettle. I don't know, last thing at night and first thing in the morning, I just like a nice hot drink, yeah. So yeah, it's all been a bit fraught, what with moving, and basically I've emptied my van because I've been using it to move stuff, and I haven't got a lot of furniture, but I've got a lot of stuff that didn't get sorted after the last move, which you might remember if you've seen the videos, was back at I moved out of this house back at the end, early May, and I've been living in the van ever since. But I got the chance for this bungalow. Turns out I don't need oxygen, like they thought. I got tested at the hospital, and although I do get out of breath and everything, they said my breathing and my heart rate and everything goes up again, and my body quickly rebalances. So at the moment I don't need oxygen. But I mean, it's such a lovely bungalow, seriously. I mean, it's a bit gutting because obviously it's cheaper living in a van. It's also harder because it is such a small van. It's a short wheelbase for no traffic, and it's pushed to the limits, me being a bit of a hoarder, managing in such a tiny space. So anyway, I'm going to live in this bungalow. I'm not going to live in it, I'm going to be there in this bungalow. I love the garden. I've been doing a little bit of work on the garden. I'll show you next video. I'll show you the work I've been doing on the garden, and the well, I haven't done anything inside yet. So it's very, very small. But yeah, so although it's going to cost me more in bills and things, as we all know, they're going to be really expensive this year anyway. It really is a base camp from which to go out exploring in my van. I'm going down to Cornwall for a week, beginning of September. Then I'm going out to Romania for a couple of weeks later in September. But I really want to just do more, you know, out and about in the van, here, there and everywhere, or even just in laybys, because I just love it. But it'll be easier without it being quite so cramped, because it's got so much of my stuff in there. I can just have it kitted out a bit like people do, yeah. So yeah, it'll be more comfortable, at least for now, yeah. And who knows what the future might bring. I'm still waiting for all my benefits to be sorted out, because I'm still unable to work, even though my lungs aren't bad enough to justify needing oxygen. They're not well enough, good enough to be able to do like working and things like that. So yeah, now I'm quite breathless. It's really, really hot. I mean, it's boiling hot now. But yeah, I'd never even heard of Estonia. It's apparently it's just below Finland, and it's just to the left of Russia, and it's a 2-hour ferry ride away from Helsinki. So might do that, might go to Helsinki for the day and have a wander around there. Tomorrow there's some beaches, so now that I've got the bus pass, I'm going to go and find one of the beaches and have a bit of a nice thing at the sea. So this is a harbour town, and it's extraordinarily beautiful, and we only saw a bit of it today, you know, in the tram ride from the airport to the to where this hotel and the centre of the city is. So I look forward to doing a bit more exploring, well, a lot more exploring over the coming days. Yeah, so even I thought, well, man, you're crazy, you know, you're in the middle of moving house and you suddenly decide to go away. But the opportunity arose, like I say. The place was all booked, you know. I've got this room, this beautiful room all to myself, and it's just a chance to chill out and relax before I go back and crack on with the trying to get the bungalow. And it's going to be lovely, the bungalow, because I'm just going to have it all how I want it, which is like a glorified bed sit. I'm not, the bedroom's small, and that's just going to be a spare room in case I have a guest and to store stuff and put my clothes in that. The living room and kitchen are open plan, you'll see it, and I'm just made myself a little nest in there and sleeping in there and living in there. Reminds me of my old bed sit days. So yeah, I'm not having carpets or massive, there's no room for masses of furniture. It's really just a question of having somewhere comfortable. I'm going to have all my stuff that's currently in my storage space, my fabrics and my cushions and all of that is going to come back out, and the stuff that I actually saved from the last move. I'm just going to make it look nice. Yeah. And the garden, I'm so excited about the garden. I spent the last couple of weeks going around all the different garden centres, buying up plants that were looking a bit poorly and therefore cheap, and then repotting them. So I've been bringing them all over from the allotment to share with my daughter. And the only thing with that is they are going to be planted out. And while they're in pots, and we've had such hot weather, every day you get, I don't know if anybody else does this, you're going to like, oh my God, I didn't water the flowers, I didn't water the flowers, quick, quick, quick. Rush down to the allotment, sometimes in the dark, water everything. But now they're mostly in my own garden. It should be a lot easier, and they are going to be planted out when I've got time to get everything ready. Anyway, my mates should be back soon. They've gone for a little walk, and then it'll be time to go and get something to eat. I don't know what Estonians eat, although stuff we've seen in the shops does look quite interesting. Yeah. Very interesting. There's a lot of Russian influence here, and a lot of what you call it, Scandinavian influence, particularly in the language. It's almost incomprehensible, but yeah, very interesting country. So I look forward to learning more about it in the coming days. Anyway, I'll say goodbye for now, and I'll probably see you again next week when I'm back in my new bungalow. And yeah, see you later.